Alright guys, Kevin, time for another Tesla video. This is actually delivery day. Really excited. I have the 2024 performance model. Sold my long range. I had 78,000 miles. I loved it. You know, it was a great car. It never needed anything other than tires. Went ultra red right before the rebate went away. Vehicle looks really great. The red in the sun is spectacular. We're just waiting for the sales guy to get over here. It's plugged in. Car looks really clean, other than maybe some light hazing or scuffing. I'm not sure if that will polish up. But other than that, car looks spectacular. Really excited. I think the fastest one I've seen so far is 10.8 at 125. A car that runs 10s, that's all-wheel drive, for under 50,000 is nuts. Parked right next to it is a regular Model 3, the long range. You can see that the performance model sits, if you look at the mirrors, sits a reasonable amount deeper, lower. See the nice splitter in the front. I really like the carbon. I think the carbon and the black looks spectacular. The diffuser in the back, probably hard to see with the shadows. In comparison, again, here's another standard Model 3. The front end is kind of bland. It really needs the air ducts in the front. You compare, I think bland is the best word. Like I said, you compare that to the front end on the performance. I think the performance front end with the front splitter and the ducts makes a huge difference. All right, so all I had to do is open the app and accept the vehicle in the app, and it already automatically set up the key fob with a phone key. The seats definitely feel different than my Model 3 seats, but they feel fantastic. So we're about 25 miles, just going over the Cuomo Bridge. I'd say, Dan, we would agree, the car is definitely quieter and more refined than the old Model 3. Over the bumps, there's, not that harsh was the word to describe the old Model 3 at all, it's just, it's harsher than this, I would say. Really quiet. I'd say the ventilated seats, I thought they were just ventilated, but I'm starting to think they're air conditioned.
Yep.
The rear feels really cold. The seats, a little bit different. I think a little bit more bolstered side to side. But what I like is that the bottom is not heavily bolstered too much. Some of the Recaro seats I've sat in the past, they kind of hit you right in the crotch when you get out of them if you're not careful. This seems to be a little bit more flat on the bottom, but bolstered on the top, which is actually how I like it. Of course, with any Tesla, the steering is super accurate. There's almost zero free play in the steering wheel. There's no dead or null spot to it. You can see they added the blind spot indicators on the Highland. It's just a little red light. Of course, there's nobody in my blind spot right now to show you. But other than that, I mean, they've made so many minor improvements to the suspension. So you can see the red light right here, right now, that somebody's in your blind spot. Nice little change. On the steering wheel, obviously, I hate the blinkers. So Dan, if you come over here, take a look. Guys, the blinkers suck like this, okay? Luckily, the horn is still in the middle. But they added this button, didn't know what it was. It instantly pulls up your cameras, which I really like. So if you're like, hey, where's that car? And it's really instant, and I can tell an improvement on the resolution of the cameras. So I think this is Gen 4 hardware. I mean, the color is really accurate. I know, like, if we go a little fast here, the color of the cameras is really correct. I know on the older Model 3, sometimes the color wasn't as accurate in the cameras. Other than that, I mean, what an easy car purchase. I didn't even have to sign anything this time. I accidentally did not know that you had to hit accept in the app. So the saleswoman came up, she goes, oh, just hit accept. I hit accepted, and it automatically scheduled, or it automatically paired my phone key. I think in the old one I had to manually pair it, like use, you know, with the actual key. But this was super easy. I mean, aside from we waited about 15 minutes to see somebody, but after that, the whole transaction of buying the car took 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say that. 5
minutes. I'm just blown away that there was legitimately not one physical signature. So, just stopped for Frank Pepe's Pizza. It's delicious. Always like stopping in New Haven when I can. And, you know, I've had a little bit more time to digest, quite literally, the changes on the Highland Model 3. And, you know, of course, my last car, you know, I loved it. It was flawless in every way, you know, mechanically. But, you know, it still had 80,000 miles. So it's hard to, you know, say what's the difference between a car with no miles versus, you know, 80,000 miles. But I will say I am sort of blown away with how much quieter it is in the cabin. I mean, we're doing 82 miles an hour, and it's pretty whisper quiet in here, I would say. The ride, even in the sport mode, is really reasonable, but in the comfort setting, it's tighter and yet smoother at the same time. Really like the changes to the interior, the suede here on the side. Danny, take the suede. I'm not sure if this is suede or Alcantara, but it just has a really nice feel on your arms. You know, again, I've gotten a little bit more used to the blinkers. I actually turned off the auto cancel. I didn't realize the auto cancel was on, and that made them a lot better for me. So it is something you can get used to, but I've had to, you know, you keep looking for it. That will take some time to get used to, not having the stocks here. But I think the best way to sum it up is the improvements are greater than the sum of the individual parts. When you add in the nicer materials, you add in the better ride, the quieter ride, the adjustable suspension, when you add it all together, it really just takes this car to the next level. And that's not even including the fact that it's got, what, 150 more horsepower, or however Tesla rates it, more than the Model 3 long range that it had before. Honestly, what more could you expect from a 10-second all-wheel drive sedan that's made in America for out the door like 48,500? I just don't think that type of value exists anywhere else. So here's the hoping. You know, this 2-3 years ownership of this vehicle is as successful as my last one. All right, guys, 500-mile round trip, a lot of fun. Absolutely in love with this car so far. Looks great in the garage. For those that are new to me, I also have a 03 SVT Cobra, makes over 900 to the tire on kill. It's a perfect daily driver. Like I said, what other $50,000 car is all-wheel drive, American made, and runs 10 seconds? My 2021, just washing it up. New buyer is taking it later today. I want to do a quick shout out. I'm not sponsored by Key Savvy in any way, but I use Key Savvy to sell this. Really a great like car selling service. It cost me 149 bucks, but they handled everything. The buyer pays them, they pay me. I don't got to worry about sketchy money, sketchy transfers. Is the money going to clear? Is it going to be canceled? It's literally all done on your phone. They paid off the loan, and super easy. Sold this for $24,000. Gonna miss the car. This was my first electric car. Like I said, it's got 78,000 miles. This thing never missed a beat, man. All this thing took was 2 sets of tires, or 2 winters and 2 summers, basically. yeah, this is the start of a new journey. This is my friend Dan. That's his CTSV. We like supercharged V8 cars, and somehow I ended up liking electric cars. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoy. Like I said, can't wait to take it to the dragway. Gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, Joe should be here in like 10 minutes. I might get him on camera if he's comfortable and having, you know, take ownership of the new car. It's a great day.